Hello, Grace Everlasting 7 here, and I am back with another video. This time it is on the Nintendo 64 controllers. And the reason I'm doing a video on this is because, as most of you know, it is very hard to find Nintendo 64 controllers with good analog sticks. And what I mean, for some of you that don't know, here's my original Nintendo controller. And if you take a look at this analog stick here, it is very loose. And the problem with that is it becomes very difficult to play some games, especially ones that require precision, like Mario Kart, racing games, or even some platformers if you have to do specific movements. The looseness in the stick does not help. So what I decided to do was, I was looking at third-party controllers, which this one's a third-party controller because it does not have the Nintendo logo on it. And I thought, hey, I'll try out a third-party controller and see how that works. And that blue one I just picked up is made by Circa. N64 controller, kind of just regular boring box. Has memory card slot, rumble pack slot. And I figured, hey, what the heck, let's give it a try. Now, it still has all the button placements in the correct spots. The memory pack or rumble pack slot, it does require a bit more force to get those packs into the slot, more so than the original Nintendo controller. And this analog stick, I didn't quite like it actually, because the stick is actually a bit too tight. It requires a little bit more force on your part to push it in the proper direction. Now, I didn't really play with this too much, because when I first noticed that, I kind of put the controller down and said, that's it. And this is the only third-party controller I have. I didn't pick up any other third-party controllers because I was pretty disappointed with this one and this analog stick here. So the other buttons worked just fine. They do seem to be a bit on the mushy side, but they do work fine. But I did not like this analog stick. And I don't know if over time maybe it loosens up a little bit and it'll work a little better, but I was not happy with it, so I kind of put it down and left it alone. Now, how did I fix my issue? Well, this other Nintendo controller that I have here, and yes, it's an original Nintendo controller, all the buttons work just fine on it, except, like this one right here, it had a very loose analog stick. So, what I did, as you can probably tell here, I swapped out the analog stick. I got a replacement analog stick that fits the Nintendo 64 controller, and I swapped out the analog stick. Now, it's designed differently. As you can tell, it's a little bit shorter, and it sits on a slightly different ball here. And I have found that just swapping out this analog stick here has made this controller like a brand new controller. It is amazing to me. I am quite pleased with it. And I'll show you the original again. So the original was a little taller. You can see my poor control stick is so loose it's leaning. It's a little bit taller, and it has a slightly different design. Just has a little ball on the bottom there. And these original sticks have also been known to snap off. So that was the original, and this is the new one that I swapped out, and it looks almost like a GameCube analog stick. And I know some people have decimated their poor GameCube controllers and actually put that analog stick in the Nintendo controller, the N64 one, but I didn't do that. I actually ordered these online. It fit the controller. I didn't have to do any crazy modifications. Just drop that in there, and it worked. I tested it out. It works great. I'm so happy with it. So what I'm going to do, stay tuned for another video after this one. I am going to be showing you how you can take out this original analog stick and replace it with a replacement analog stick. And I highly suggest you do that if you have problems with your N64 analog stick. I would suggest finding a replacement, swap it out, put it in there, and you will love it, because I love it. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one.